Guys, I want to do this video. I woke up to feeling like I couldn't even move. Whatever they're hitting me with, I couldn't move. And they keep talking over everything. So I have the television on. I used to sleep in my bedroom. I now sleep in the living room because the bedroom got too hot. I told you guys they were hitting me with something. I have too many windows in the bedroom, and I showed you in a previous video. They said the stomach growling is a mark. I told you in a previous video that they mark us physically and then with sound. So the stomach growling is a mark. Trying to make us cough or make our throats make sounds is another mark, so that they can identify who we are. They're really afraid that I will talk about the things that they're accusing me of. So I will. I mean, I told you folks, this is a matter of life and death for me. How I live or how I die. So they accuse me of running through the streets with a bottle, going to hit. I told you about one of the stalkers from elementary school. Her brother used to be around us. And they said I ran it through the streets in a bottle, trying to hit him after he physically attacked me. They also accuse me of what else? I'm trying to go through every little accusation. So what I'm telling you folks is that these are unsafe people. Unsafe. And they made this environment unsafe for me as a means of hurting me. And I want you guys to know everything. I want everything investigated. I want an investigation of every single thing they're telling me. I just woke up. You see, they always like to wake me up at around this time. In the last few days, I haven't been eating properly because of the stress and the aggravation and me trying to move on with my life. So they said as a little girl, they did this to me. And I would get very stiff. And I told you she would always ask me over for sleepovers. And I didn't want to go anymore. So then they came up with other ways of trying to get me over there. These things will come out, and I need them to come out. I need everyone. So if I'm running through the street with a bottle, please find the witnesses. What year did that happen? Why did it happen? Who witnessed it? And why didn't anyone do anything if it happened? I don't recall that. But if it happened, let everyone come out and come forward with this. But the interesting part for me is, why would they say that the brother did something, which he did. He did do many things. And I want to know, at what point would that would have happened decades ago. At what point was this going to be investigated? It must be investigated now. I'm willing to go for a full investigation of every single thing they're saying. They didn't expect me to want that. So they want me to, they're saying that I did that to fight back against somebody. And as you know, I am someone who fights back. There's no reason for me to deny being the type of person who fights back, which is why they haven't come forward. That's my point. This was supposed to be something where only I would know. I want to show you guys the physical evidence, and then something else I just discovered. They'll probably try to cut this video off. They said, oh, you can't do these things because then you'll lose a lawsuit. This is a matter of life and death. There's no lawsuit. So guys, I'm going to cover this and then show you something else. This is my arm. I don't know if you guys can see. Every single little mark that they do gets a lump in my arms. So my arms are riddled with these lumps and these marks. Okay? So as they're talking about things and accusing me of things, you can see how all of the marks correspond with the pain I'm going through. You can even see a mark on my nail. I don't know if you guys can get a good view of it, but there's a mark on my nail. My nail's getting discolored because they're killing some of my blood vessels probably. And you see how inflamed my hand is. Here's a mark on the floor. So every single thing they're using on me makes a mess of everything else. It's not just on me. I showed you how the wood's getting messed up. Here's another mark on my table. This type of table doesn't get these types of marks. This is made to not have these marks. And you can tell whatever they're doing causes marks on everything, not just my body. You get what I'm telling you, folks? You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. They targeted me because I'm black. Here's another mark on my leg that is now a scab. I showed you in a previous video. You can peel it off. There's no such thing as getting these marks and them just appearing on my body. I've been showing you how these marks appear after they hit me with something, and then you can peel them off. So now they're concerned that I won't be attractive to some of these rich guys they wanted to set me up with. What? If they were concerned about setting me up with rich men, that sounds like prostitution. It doesn't sound like a voluntary situation. Who sets people up with people? The pains all over my body, I couldn't even move. And they kept taunting me. So I'm telling you, it's in between the walls. I have a video. It's also in the hallway. They said, oh, they've been recording me all my life. It has to do with college. Then it has to do with elementary school. Then all sorts of things. But I'm telling you, folks, the stalkers will be exposed videos. Please check them out. I'll put a separate playlist. Gives you an idea of who I know is definitely behind these stories. They said the reason they're doing this is because it was my time to die. What kind of sick people say things like that? It definitely has to do with, they said it's before 2016, but I know definitely 2016 to this day forward. They said I'm being, I finally got approved for public assistance, thank goodness, because of how sick I am and all of this going on. I had a career. I had a business. I had many businesses. This should not have happened to me. I'm 48. I was not on public assistance before. So there would be no reason for me to suddenly go have all these marks, all these pains, being followed, hearing this noise out of nowhere. That was the whole thing. I was supposed to get so desperate for money that I would allow them to prostitute me, get me involved in crimes, accepting packages, having people come live with me. So they probably wanted to turn this apartment into some sort of place where people would come stay with us. That's insane. And most of all, it's not safe. So my safety I'm in danger. And I keep trying to get this resolved. I'll show you one last thing. I just went to change a light bulb because every time this light bulb was on, it was too hot and it seemed strange. And suddenly I found that this wiring is faulty. To give myself privacy, I put this electrical tape here, but I found that this was shaky and the light wasn't going on. So this has to be repaired. All of a sudden, after all this time, all these things needed to be repaired. When they first started banging, they made this cabinet so unstable that all the things were dropping out of the cabinet. Let me show you how thick the gap is. Do you see how thick this is? This is how thick the gap is from this cabinet. So I can't even use this cabinet because I'm afraid it's going to fall and I have to wait until July for them to repair it. So I had to take everything out. That's part of how they were able to keep breaking in and stealing from us, because they were taking out things that my family gave me. My family gave me some nice dishes. As a Black family, we always had get-togethers and we had nice dishes for those get-togethers. And some of those dishes they wanted to steal because they were valuable dishes. So you can actually see the gap. I can put my finger in the gap. So I can't even use my cabinets. This cabinet is also coming off the wall from the vibrations of the noise and the sounds and the billing and the drilling and the banging. So I want to show you guys just how far off the wall this cabinet is. This is a different cabinet. So all the drilling and the banging and the vibrating. You see this? You see that, folks? It's coming off the wall. You see that? So the distractions are the people coming back and forth, spreading malicious gossip. So the distractions are the gossip, the physical pain and the physical damage to this apartment, the main thing. Those are to distract. Let me show you my hand one more time. This is my hand. And I'm trying to, do this. They're going to say, why would you show your palm? They've been videotaping me so much. You can see every single mark corresponds with the pain and my swelling. My fingers under the finger bed's discolored. There's a little point right here. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera, but where you can see where they hit me. So all these marks correspond with my hands that were shaking. So my hands were shaking. And it was on camera in a previous video. And you can see how the marks correspond with it. This isn't natural. Look at that. This is not natural. There's no natural condition where you get these marks. And I showed you the marks on my legs. You'll see all the paint I have on my pants. But I want to show you folks. I'm showing you the truth. So you can't fall for their lies. They can't lie on me anymore. Like I said, I'm a 48-year-old woman. They can't lie on me. You see this mark? This is one that has a scab. You see that? That's a scab mark. Here's another one. On the palms of my hands, I have more of them. So I want to out this whole situation. Nobody should live this way. You see this mark? I have one on my thumb. The truth will come out. The truth will come out.